Hey everybody, it's Gamma. I messed up on when I recorded this. I was doing a little bit of bug hunting for another game, and I was trying to pick out the locations where it was occurring. Didn't work out, but I forgot to re-enableize my volume for me talking. So what I'm doing right now here is I'm just gonna grab an astrogator for the ship. Is that? Yep, self-taught beginner astrogator. But lo and behold, I don't really remember what was happening in the last episode. It's been a minute since I played, and I recorded this before I got into about 2-3 weeks out from finals. Popped a research essay out. I needed that. That was like 30% of my grade plus the additional 40% from my final. So I needed to get all that done. That was like 40% of my grade that I had to focus on. So I apologize for the tardiness of this video. But yeah, I pick up an Astro Navigator, go out into the great beyond. I'm not entirely happy with the thrusters on this ship, and you'll see why in a bit. But the adjustment thrusters for rotation, left, right, and reverse movement are a little bit underpowered, and while they're efficient and give me more delta V, they also decrease my maneuverability. So this is just us jumping in. I go ahead and check to see if there's any communication signals in the area. There is. And I believe that Chandler here is looking for either his sister or his wife. I'm not sure which. But this is kind of something that plays out through most of this playthrough. He will ask. We never actually find anything much more about it, other than a few references to go check with the salvage teams to see if their ship got destroyed or ended up in the asteroid field. This is just what I'm currently working with on the thrusters. You'll see here in a minute that I find it very difficult to auto-navigate to this rock with these thrusters. And that's purely just because they don't provide enough movement here. So yeah, we're going after it, still going after it. Am I gonna hit it? Nope. No, I'm not. So this is kind of what we're looking at for these current thrusters. The next thrusters that I end up choosing are about as bad, if not worse. We do get it on this one, which is good. So that'll be moving us on. But that's kind of why I'm not happy with these thrusters. There's a few instances where I'll be flying through an asteroid field, and next thing you know, I hit a rock. Or I'm flying past rocks at ridiculously close range, and the only thing that's keeping me from smacking them is the fact that the thrusters are breaking them apart. So we're going to go ahead and we'll launch back to the station, sell our ore, and try to make some profit here. It wasn't too big of a haul either. It looks like it was about a little bit less than half. But we're in a pretty good sized ship. It means we should have a pretty good time. I have no idea what I'm explaining there. I have no connotation for it. Alright, so I make about 207k. Good amount of money. Nothing too crazy. I don't know why you would put it in storage yet either. That's something I still need to figure out. But we'll get there. Don't worry. Go through, stare at a few ships, finally try to get to this. And yeah, these are the thrusters that I'm using right now that I'm not happy with. I'm gonna go for, if I remember correctly, I shoot for the Elon Agile Interstellar thrusters, which are not much better than the ones I'm currently running, but they are extremely efficient when it comes to expending fuel. It's really their only advantage. And then they have a bunch of negatives, like, oh, I'm very heavy, and this ship is definitely feeling the weight. So here in a minute, we're going to pick these up, launch back out to the field, and we're going to go on a second run. I'm going to pick up... I think I was debating getting a different engine, but I noticed that the power requirements for it were a little bit too high if I wanted to get a better one, so I just didn't. But yeah, if I was going to go for some thrusters right now, until you go through some the RAs that were higher up on that list. Don't know if we're going to be able to see them again. I think I was looking at those like, oh, those look like they could be efficient. They're expending power. Need more power. But yeah, the RK3 somethings would have been better. So yeah, basic nano drone storage, don't need anything crazier than that right now. Still have the projectile mag installed. I don't know why. I think I was debating whether or not I should go ahead and, or I'm gonna sell it here. Yep, we're gonna sell it because I don't need it. Sometimes I like to keep the mass driver while I'm in the microwave thing, just so that way I have it, but we're not doing that today. Pick up the hull drones, which is an excellent play here. It's going to be noticeable when we get another mining shot. And then I debated about this mining companion. I think I decided to pick it up here. It can be worth it. It gives you another anywhere from 40k to about 70k worth of additional income. But yeah, I definitely think it was worth the go out on this. But yeah, we're just gonna... I'm reading through it. It says words, don't worry. It's a little bit small for me to read on my end, sadly, because I'm editing this. But yeah, it definitely can give you some additional cargo space, essentially. And it will operate independently, and it'll go get rocks for you. So you don't have to think about it. You set it up the same way you set up your drones for what they're going to slow down and what they're going to go grab. And it kind of just operates on its own. The way you detach it is a little bit different. You have to basically deactivate the arm the drone is stuck to. And then you reverse or go forward, and then the drone will be free to do what it wants, essentially. And then you can either go tell it to go mine, it'll ask you to go mine. There's 3 other options. I think you can tell it to go back to the station, or you can tell it to reattach to the ship, if I recall correctly. Now I'm just going through here, see if there's anything else I can pick up, anything else that'd be worth it. I don't think I see anything. I'm relatively happy with what I've got now, minus those, the maneuvering thrusters. I debated switching this up. Depending on what you're going for, what you're flying, I find that leaving them on their stock HUDs is usually the best play. If you're gonna change up anything, it'd be the there's an automatic systems setting. I think it's above the heads-up display options, and that can be worthwhile because it can do the autopilot. Autopilot can give you the ability to basically not have to worry about if your ship's going to hit rocks if you have good enough thrusters. And it'll automatically adjust for how close you are to something. So like if you're approaching a field of asteroids, it'll move your ship out of the way for you. That's one of the later modules. I think the pilots are also supposed to be able to do that, but yeah, I have found that the autopilots can be a little bit better than the regular pilots at times, because they do have a limit in which they're going to move. And I'm just looking at ships, discussing the, I don't know what I'm discussing here. I'm talking about something about ship. Ship important. Look at Weeping Memory. Finally decided to transfer over. Sure, it was something about cargo capacity or something. But yeah, we're gonna launch out. Now, here's the trick. You launch out to this edge of the ring, and then you choose to go in deeper in this menu. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the, I'm assuming it's the escape button, because that's how long it's been. 3 weeks is a long time. We're gonna go to the astrogator, and we're gonna click on the moonlet. We're gonna plot our course. We're gonna go straight for it. And this is gonna be the first mistake. Because of the way those thrusters operate, they shut down my engine. And because of that, I end up in a very dangerous situation where I am spraying propellant at rocks in order to break them, to prevent them from shattering like the side of my ship and damaging it more than I needed to be damaged. So that's something we address. So that's why I'd say definitely go for one of the lower tier thruster combinations, because it'll give you more maneuvering power. We should be able to transition now. Yep, we're heading out. And we're near the moonlet. We're gonna go ahead, pick up some mining, get that stuff done. Laser's definitely worth it. Laser is one of the best things you can pick up. I think it's partially to blame why my ship's shutting down right now. It also will de-identify the rocks you're mining if you lose power. So you have to re-identify the rocks. And it can be very annoying. So we decided to shift over from the moonlet, head over to that station. Or I think we're heading home. Yeah, we're just heading home. But yeah, just chatting a bit here. Talking about something. Get back to base. Make about 195k. Breathless Steed. Yep, so I don't actually... Do we have the... I don't know. Usually the... I don't know if I bought it last time then. Well, crap. I'm sorry this is all over the place, guys. I really shouldn't have... I couldn't re-record it because I had already recorded it, which means I'd already gone through the playthrough for this section, and I wanted to allow you guys to see what type of nonsense I'm getting up to, but clearly I'm stupid and I forget what I did. So, yeah, we upgrade to the industrial nano drone storage, which is very good. It's very necessary when we have the haul drones attached. So, yep, got our mining laser. Still running out of power. Don't think we've quite changed it. I think this, yeah, this is where we get the mining companion, because it was quite expensive on the last run and I didn't want to pick it up then, so we should buy it now. I'm hoping. Nope, we didn't fix it. Alright, at least not that I know of. We're probably still going to be running into this power shutoff problem, but the drone itself can be quite nice. Because regardless of my power problems, the drone's going to do what it's going to do. It's going to go pick up the rocks that it wants to pick up. So that'll be nice. Give us a little bit more money. It costs a little bit more to go out into the ring when you have it on you, though. So the cost went from, what, 6k to about 29k. So it went up 23k just for having that additional bot out there in the ring. The good news is you make the money back. So we're ending up in the rig now. Still shutting down, as you can see. This is kind of why I'm showing this, is even with me trying to slow down it manually, it's just shutting off repeatedly. It's not optimal. It's very suboptimal. So all I'm really going to be doing this run is just trying to make money back from the entry in. So we choose to go after that. Gotta be patient with the ship. Let it rotate into position, get lined up, and then just give it a little bit of thrust to get up to speed. Now, right now, I'm just hoping I don't run into any rocks. And I'm pretty sure we're lucky and we don't. Yep. And so we're to the moonlet. Again. Another moonlet. So we're gonna jump up in here, check it out. Find ourselves some nice little rocks. And this is the really nice part about the automated miner, is you don't have to worry too much about these rocks floating off too heavily. Like, it's gonna be your friend, it's gonna try to get them. This is the issue that I will keep running into until I switch out these engines, though. So when it shuts down like that, it makes it very difficult for me to be able to get the ore that I was just mining. But luckily, most of the rocks that the ship cared about were stopped. There's a few that would definitely have flown off. I make pretty good money here on this, at least. Release the hound, which is a little finicky. Yeah, you gotta disable it, the arm, and then you can just slide back and set up the mining companion. So you wanna, I adjust the minimum value, turn off the iron and the unmarked, let it go after beryllium, the rest of the minerals which have higher value, and you just set it free. And it goes ahead and it sits there. I don't know what it does at this point. That's how it's gonna be for you too. You're gonna be looking at it like, the heck are you doing just sitting there? In a second here, it's gonna go whee off the screen and go hunt for a rock. Come on, little drone. I know you can do it. I'm trying to figure out what it's doing still. I know it moves on my own, and I'm pretty sure it's locked onto that beryllium deposit right there. There it goes. Just took its own time. And it grabs the beryllium deposit. Yep, prospect the area, excavate anything valuable, return to the Escaladius, get back to the cradle. So you can always re-cradle the thing. And then you can shoot off to another segment if you're not finding good materials out here, and have it go after that stuff instead. Because it does have a limited source of fuel, so once it runs out of fuel, it's just going to go home. And it does have its own microwave laser, so it can mine on its own as well. But yeah, just going after a few things. Looking for the blue rocks. Don't see anything too crazy. Flash on the viz feed. Radar anomaly. And we plot a course for it. And then these guys show up. And I was like, the heck are these? The rings are dark and full of terrors. Ooh. I'm just like, I don't want to mess with these. I don't know what they are, and I don't want to fight them. So I'm just like, we're heading out. I hail one. Then it's just like, oh, it's just you. Don't even worry about it. We're not going to attack you. Now I'm worried they're going to kill the dinosaur receipt. But no. I don't think they do. So I'm pretty sure these are just like pirate drones from us having the former pirate on our ship, which is nice. It is nice. So we launch out, head over to the anomaly. We're gonna see what's up. Eventually. If I don't hit the big ass rock in the way. Oh no. This does not look like it's going to end well. Yeah, it does not. That's when you know it's not ending well at all. When you smack into a big ass rock. So, yep. Very serious damage. I'm kind of done with the thrusters at this point for what I'm using. So I'm pretty sure at this point I'm just going to go back to the station. Yeah, I do. Of course I'm not happy about it. We really just started mining not that long ago. But I need to get these thrusters off the ship. They're a hazard to my existence at this point. So we get in position, just sit here, don't even move, and we're off. But yeah, that's basically how it went for those thrusters. Is they eventually just annoyed me to the point where I had to replace them. So let me make about 62k. I'm in the negative here, which is not great. So I go ahead and go over here. Luckily they have a bit of insurance left from that, but it puts us in a bad spot. So I do the best I can with what I've got, fix it up as best as possible. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to go into the money and get rid of those modules. Specifically those interstellar thrusters, because they are not helpful. Immediately start inspecting these, and I'm like, which one should I buy? What really matters when it comes to propellant thrusters? Because regardless, I need to get some money back off these things. Because I don't have the money to spare to go out back into the ring, and if I mess this up, I don't know what happens. Never been in the negative for money before. At least not like this. So, sort it out. I'm pretty sure I go with the RAK-37s. I think I go with those. It's possible I go with the NDVTTs, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. I will see anything with better thrust capacity that doesn't drain your battery power to the point where it shuts off your engines is better than having efficient thrusters like this. So we end up going with the NDVTT thrusters, which, not a bad choice. Reactor's kind of messed up. I can't really do anything to fix it at this point, so it's the cost of doing business. We're going to end up going back out there and trying to mine up some rocks so we can make some money. The good news is this is kind of where we turn it around. So we launch out to the ring. I'm going to try to shoot for that actual thicker area since it gives us better chance for ore. I fly in a bit. The maneuvering thrusters are a lot better this time. Our ship's not shutting off constantly, and we're really able to just sit down, launch out our quad, our little mining companion, and just get down to business and mine some rocks. It does go pretty well. So, another one of these. It's asking for permission to mine, and I tell him, go get it. Go get it. We need as much money as possible. So yeah, let the drones Let the haul drones do their little thing so they can get us our material. Not a bad little haul on that resource either. So that's going to put us in a much better position. But yeah, this is good thrusters, not using too much power. We're in a good spot. We got a lot less delta V, but delta V is pointless if you can't maintain your power ratios anyways. That little tungsten nodule is flying away, but our mining companion goes ahead and grabs it, so we're set. He's gonna bring that back for us. And yeah, we pretty much sit through there, mine a bunch. I get a full cargo hold on this. This is about as full as I want the ship to be, so I go ahead and grab this last little rock. And it's time for us to head back. This is where we're gonna make our money. Plot the course, launch her out. You know, we're gonna get back over there. We're just gonna have a good time. So launch her out, and we're gonna be heading back to the station. Now here's where things get interesting. We're gonna make a bunch of money off this haul. A really good amount of money. So we made 450k just off of our own ship, and another 142k off of our little mining companion. So this is the type of money that you should be making once you kind of try to get to this point. This is what you're hoping for. This is usually like the best possible results you can get in general. So in general, you want to stay out as long as possible while also mining. Now, the next episode, this is going to become very apparent very quickly because we're going to be doing some pretty interesting upgrades. I don't know why I'm bothering looking at the price. You'll notice that the price does fluctuate, but the variation in the fluctuations is too low to actually be of relevance. Like, no matter what, X is still going to be higher value than Y, even though it looks like it went higher on the graph. Replace the nuclear reactor and replace the damage done to our engine on that run. We go ahead and go here, and I start really looking at the ships. Now, there's a module change for the specific ship we have for it basically adjusts the core compartmentalization of the ship. Now, I didn't realize this existed until I started looking at these, and I went, I wonder what the difference between these models actually is. So I look at it, and I sit there, and I'm like, oh, it gives me more cargo capacity. And then I see this one, and it's, I don't click on it quite yet. But basically what ends up happening is I go to it, I see it, and I go, wait, it has adjustable processed cargo holding? So instead of it being like 17k for every single ore, its capacity is like 108,000 kilograms total of just one ore. You could do it for one ore. It's a variable. So if you pick up a bunch of beryllium and you also are picking up a little bit of tungsten on the side, it's not going to affect your total haul. Like, you're not going to be like, I'm full on beryllium, let's head back home. It's going to be, I still have some cargo space, I can just throw whatever I want in there. I mean, you're still going to want to focus on things like beryllium and tungsten, but this is where it's going to get interesting. Because this is where our next module upgrades are going to be at. So I go back here, I'm still thinking about it a little bit. Don't know what I want to do. I'm playing for our next ship here. Because we got a good amount of money if I find a ship that's within range. So this is where I see the combined. And I can't exactly read the numbers on the combined. I will read them out in the next episode, so that way it'll be there. But basically it's a massive improvement over just having like 17k, because usually it's all individual. So it'll be like 17k of beryllium, 17k of platinum. Whereas this one I can just go, oh, it's 136k. I can technically have 136k of beryllium, or I could have like 100k of beryllium and 36k of tungsten. So that's where we're gonna make our money. But anyways, y'all have a great time. Have a great day and bye.